Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I want to touch on this subject, and I figured I would chime in on it now. You guys know if you follow the channel. If you don't, you should. First of all, I have a lot of Mopar vehicles, and they're all great vehicles, all awesome, fun to drive, you know, sweet, vintage and well, my type of vintage, because I'm a young person, Mopar vehicles. And I've been seeing a lot of talk online about the new Dodge Charger, cost of it, and quite frankly, I know this is going to be the first edition of the RT and the Scat Pack, but quite frankly, it's priced to the moon, and I understand that all the costs of vehicles are going up. You know, vehicle costs are going up. It's just, it is what it is. I'm looking for a newer vehicle myself, either a newer Ram truck or a Jeep SRT. So I understand that vehicle costs are going up, and we just have to deal with it. But essentially, I'm driving a hybrid right now. I'm in my Chevy Volt, part electric, and then of course the generator that powers the battery up front. So here's the thing. I paid, after the tax rebate, this car was like $5,200, so there's a hair over $7,000, so $5,400 after the tax rebate. It's great. I bought it with 69,000 miles on it. It's awesome. Here's the thing about it though. I do 80% of my driving in EV mode, where the generator isn't recharging the battery. So it's essentially quiet. All you can hear right now is the road noise, and we'll take a listen to that. Road noise, that's all you hear. Tire noise, wind, road noise. So explain this to me. We get all electric vehicles now, they're making them fast. They're making them really fast. No drama, just fast, straight line vehicles. And while I do give the Chevy Volt credit, it's 3,900 pounds, it's a small vehicle, but it does handle relatively well because the center of gravity is down low. So now if we're taking a look at the electric Charger, it's like 5,800 pounds, 5,900 pounds. It weighs more than my 1,500 Ram truck does. It weighs more than the Durango RT Tow & Go does. It weighs more than my GLE 43 AMG does. And it weighs, compared to my 300 and my Challenger SRT, which are right around 4,100 to 4,200 pounds, it weighs 1,700 pounds more. That is astronomical. But where it makes up for that is the extra horsepower and the center of gravity being low because of the battery pack. So it should handle pretty well. With that being said though, I was just looking at pricing on this, and for a loaded Scat Pack, you're talking $82,000, you know, starting right around that $70,000, $65,000 starting price before incentives. And for the RT loaded, that can get up to, I believe, $72,000, and you know, 70 to 72 in base price of, let's just say 55 to 60. That's a hell of a lot of money. And take it from me, well, first of all, let's touch on this. The average Dodge buyer doesn't have infrastructure to charge their vehicles. Most people that I know who own Dodges, unless they're collectibles, they just don't have that infrastructure to charge. And even if they do have the infrastructure to charge, who's going to fork out another $2,000 to get a charger and have it installed in their house, or even more? That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money to the average person such as myself. That, and it may seem like I have a lot of cars, and yes, I do make a good living for the area that I live in, but it's not an astronomical amount of money. I don't have children. I have car payments, mortgage payments, that type of stuff. I keep my bills low. I keep my extracurriculars low. So for somebody like me, even to have an electric vehicle besides this Volt, it doesn't make sense. It truly doesn't make sense. But now you look at the average Dodge buyer, and I'm not offending anybody by this at all. You look at somebody who lives in a city, in an apartment, whatever. They don't have that infrastructure for a charger, and quite frankly, nobody's going to want to go to the charger and either wait online or wait to charge their Dodge, their vehicle. It's not going to happen. So now you're pricing yourself out, and And this is where I'm going to start to rant and get a little upset. You can buy a loaded Cadillac Lyric for $75,000 to $80,000. That goes 0 to 60 in 4.5 seconds, fairly fast. Again, Chevy Blazer SS, same situation, less money, about $10,000 less, 0 to 60 in the low 4s. The RT is in the mid 4s. The Scat Pack is in the mid 3s. So, is not having that luxury or not having that space worth that money? You know, you're looking at a two-door coupe. A two-door coupe. And yes, the Challenger, which I have, is a usable two-door coupe. Huge trunk, huge second row seat. You know, it rivals this second row seat, to tell you the honest truth. But just the coupe is not practical for, let's just say, a family, which Dodge and Chrysler are very good at with their 300 and their Charger. You can fit a whole bunch of people in those vehicles. And now you're charging, now you can't do that. You lose that practicality of it. And now you're charging an arm and a leg just to get into one of these cars. I'm looking at vehicles right now, and I'm having a tough time swallowing even spending $50,000 on a vehicle. That's going to be an expensive vehicle because I don't want my payment to be over X amount of money. So how are these vehicles supposed to sell? You've got Chevy putting out SUVs. You've got, well, hell, let's take a look at this. The Lucid. You can lease Lucids right now for a song. For, I believe there's a $700 lease deal on a Lucid right now. You can get into a base level Lucid for $70,000. And after you load it up to 80 or 85, you're going to get just as much performance out of a four-door sedan that is a luxury cruiser. Lucid, Tesla, another great example. Tesla interiors are sucky. We all know that. But you're getting performance up the wazoo. And if you compare interior to interior, yes, the Dodge interior is going to be better because they have redesigned it for what we've seen. But the performance of the Tesla is just going to be hands down better. And that's what it comes down to. Charging speeds, from what I've seen, charging speeds, 0 to 60, battery range, you know, that type of stuff. That's what the everyday user is going for, is battery range. You know, as an example, yesterday, I took a 250-mile round trip. I don't think you could get that type of range out of that Dodge Charger. So then we'd have to stop. Out of a Tesla, you probably could. Out of a Lucid, damn right you could. And those are right around that same money. So here's the problem with Dodge in the EV space. They should have been in this a while ago, and they should have released that twin-turbo Hurricane Inline 6 alongside the battery electric version of the vehicle. It doesn't make any sense. And who's going to pay? I buy a Dodge product because I love to hear the sound. I love to feel the rush of the acceleration. Quite frankly, I'm not lining up on the drag strip, and I'm not going to a track. I can give a damn as fast as they are. I can give a damn at how fast they are because I like that exhilaration, that rush, that heritage of Mopar. If I want an electric vehicle, I'm going to go out and I'm going to buy this Chevy Volt, or I'm going to go out and buy a Ford Fusion electric, or, you know, just some A to B car, some crappy A to B car. I'm not buying a Mopar for the quietness of it. And I know they came out with the sound with that Fradsonic chamber, which is cool. That's sweet. You know, that's a cool design. But we've yet to even see what that sounds like in the vehicle. So if it's going to sound like the Ioniq 5N, great. More power to it. Then that's the type of innovation we need. If I were to buy an Ioniq 5N with the noise and everything, that's awesome. I would buy that for sure. But if Dodge can't offer that to us, then why am I going to buy just a silent vehicle? You guys don't even know if I have this thing floored right now or if I have the brakes on. You can't tell over a video. So this is the frustrating part. The pricing is so out of control with Stellantis vehicles as a whole because they think that they are above everybody else, but they're not. They're not. The Dutch don't understand this brand. And it's quite frankly pissing me off that whether they decide to sell off Dodge and Chrysler or keep them, whatever they decide to do, quite frankly, the American person needs an affordable car. And right now, damn near GM is about the only brand that's giving that to us. Ford, I don't know. I'm not a huge Ford fan myself, but GM is about the only car brand giving us A to B cars and offering, you know, a low level and a high level vehicle. And that's it. Dodge just essentially is pricing us out of the market. Out of the market. So, and I have, you know, it may be silly for me to get mad at their pricing structure and everything, but at the same time, just don't price it completely out of the market. You know, you have to make your sales and stuff. It just doesn't make sense to have that vehicle at $70,000 to $80,000 or $60,000 to $70,000 for a coupe. I mean, what are you? Are you a used Mercedes S-Class coupe? What? Ask that question. Ask that question, because that's where you can get an AMG right now. I would much rather have that AMG coupe than that Dodge Charger coupe. I could tell you that. So let's ask this question: at $40,000 to $50,000 for that RT, now you're giving a good reason. And at $50,000 to $60,000 for that Scat Pack, that's more doable. That's more of a smaller pill to swallow. So I'm just baffled. I'm baffled at the cost of these vehicles. I understand they cost more to make, but man, they have to figure something out in their convoluted, arrogant company right now, because I don't know what business model they're running on, but it's sure dog shit. So with that being said, guys, I've ranted for 12 minutes right now, and that's it. That's all I want to get my blood pumping for today. So guys, we'll see you in the next episode. Like and subscribe. See you later.